My name is Roslyn Brown, and I will be presenting you with the history of my family's immigration to the United States. This is Patrick Henry Brown, at the time named Patrick Henry McPherson, who on January 7, 1966 stepped off of a boat onto American soil for the first time at Port Miami, Florida. Patrick was my father. However, even though this was his first time in the country, he wasn't the first of my family to immigrate to the United States. No, that title would be given equally to his mother, Gloria McPherson, on the far left, and his grandmother, Roslyn Rosetta McPherson, in white, who had entered the U.S. some years earlier in 1961. The two of them had called my father to the United States now that they were somewhat established, and they were there to greet the then 13-year-old at the port. The women brought him up to where they had settled in Washington, D.C., and it was in that metro area that he would spend the rest of his life. Here is Roslyn's passport, which also gives insight to the Jamaica she was leaving, which we will dive deeper into. For now, it is interesting to note that her passport is a British one, as it shows that Jamaica was still a British colony when she left. A further insight that this passport can give us in looking at her profession. We can imagine the struggles she may have faced, given that she is listed as a housewife, even though she immigrated to the U.S. as a single woman with her adult daughter and grandchild. How might she have struggled to find employment, not only being black, not only being a woman, not only being an immigrant, but having no work experience? What environment might she be leaving to prefer starting over in Washington, D.C.? In the 1960s, Kingston, Jamaica was a city of vibrant contrasts, reflecting its role as the heart of a newly independent nation. The area displays a mix of colonial-era infrastructure and modern developments. However, what was perhaps the most alluring element was the music and culture of the region. Kingston became the hub of Jamaica's vibrant music scene, with genres like ska, rocksteady, and early reggae thriving in local dance halls. The Rastafari movement also gained prominence, influencing mainstream Jamaican culture with its distinct customs, especially among the marginalized, and deeply shaped Jamaican music, fashion, and resistance narratives. The cultural scene also flourished with influential films and the continued promotion of Jamaican patois. However, not everything was positive in the country. Jamaica was also experiencing economic struggles and political instability. While tourism brought some economic gains, poverty, unemployment, and housing shortages were widespread. There was a stark divide between the wealthy upper-class neighborhoods like Uptown Kingston and the impoverished areas of downtown Kingston, where overcrowding and poor conditions were common, along with high crime and little chance of upward mobility. Political violence further complicated life for the majority of Jamaican citizens. Many families at the time immigrated to the United States for better economic opportunities, access to quality education, political stability, and social mobility. These reasons would contribute to this family moving to the United States. Pictured is Patrick's permanent resident card, showing his adult intentions to continue living in the U.S. It was also during this time that he traveled to Jamaica for the first and only time as an adult. Here, he met his brother Kenneth, also for the first time. This brother convinced him to change his last name, and it is there that he drops McPherson, his mother's surname, for Brown, his father's surname. Ultimately, the migration of Patrick Henry Brown, along with his mother and grandmother, from Kingston, Jamaica, to Washington, D.C. in the 1960s, marked a significant turning point in the destiny of our family, shaped by both the challenges they faced and the opportunities they sought. Their journey is a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the pursuit of better prospects, ultimately leading to a deeper sense of belonging and identity.